watch my channel because Eric a little difficult to find here. Well, lo and behold, I finally found a source. And so I actually purchased two new air rifles in the last few weeks. This is one of them right here. They're both 22 caliber. That's a honestly very good working suppressor. And you can see this is what they call a hammer type. It's got a hammer on the back. This one is set up very sensitive. I won't say it's a hair trigger, but it's pretty wild. You don't have to touch it very hard. Has two powers. The first click on the trigger on the hammer gives you one power. It's a little lighter. It can shoot, I don't know, tin cans with it. And the second one is a lot more. Now they are PCPs. I have a hand pump like I had in the US to pump this up. Compressor's not really needed. I just think the tanks are this tank is really small. Here's the tank. It only goes from here to here. So that's the whole tank. Well, actually it goes to here. So it's about 1 foot long, about 3/4, well, maybe an inch in diameter. It pumps up to 2,500 PSI. Takes me about 5 minutes. I don't know what the speed that it's shooting. I can guess it's upwards in the 1,000 feet per second area, just by what damage it does to things. I'm sitting on my deck, as you could tell, and on that back fence line back there, all the way across tops, all the way around, we've put corn. I'm shooting sparrows. There's a lot of sparrows here, and I have a big lizard, a big monitor lizard, so the sparrows are the new food for the monitor lizard. So this is the other new rifle right here. And this is a bolt type. You can see the bolt. The air chamber is bigger on this one. It goes from here all the way to there. So this one is twice the size of the other one. I've only taken this one up to about 1,200 PSI so far. No, they don't really know how high you can take these guns. If you take them too high, they won't fire, and then they have to get the air out of them by heating the chambers up and melting the seals out of them. It's a big pain in the ass. So 1,000 now, I'll take it up to 1,500, and then take it up to, up as we go, and until I get to where I'm safe with it. It's the same. Everything is stainless steel, and these are handmade guns. There's a lot of the same kind of gun. They're not one of a kind guns, but these are handmade. They're not just hand assembled. They actually make all the parts. They buy the bronze barrels and they rifle them, and they buy the stainless steel tubes for over the top of the barrels, all the pieces. I actually was talking to a gunsmith. He's a friend of mine. His name's Chris, about making a custom gun for me. And he says, yeah, he'll do it for $600. Oh, excuse me. It's only 6 o'clock in the morning. He said $600, he'll build me a custom gun. These guns cost, this one was about $200, give or take a little bit. The other one was a little more with the scope, about almost $300. So the same price range is what you get for very low-end PCP guns in the States. But here, all the guns are PCPs. In the US, you can buy springs, you can buy break barrel, you can buy CO2 guns. Basically all these guns here are PCPs. They all have the adapters up here, so you can fill it with a tank. We have these little PCP tanks that pump up to 4,500 PSI that screw on, so you can fill them up and get 100 shots out of the tanks. Tanks cost about $30. So when you go hunting, you don't have to take your hand pump. You just take these tanks with you. And there's my neighbor. You can see him walking through the field. He's putting the goats out in the field. If you look close, you can see goats out there. You can see the goats there. All this rice field is ours. So our neighbors use it when there's no rice out there to do what they want. They put the goats out there, or the cows. He's got 2 cows as well. I don't see his cows. I don't know where they're at. no fences. Everything's open field. You can see from way over there. Anyway, back to the guns. So I'm shooting a lot of shots that are at about 20 or 25 yards. And it's an amazing thing. These guns are hole in hole. I mean, you hook the scopes on the guns, and as soon as you zero them, that's where they're shooting. They don't veer off. Now, I will say, this is my short gun. When I put it up to closer to 2,000 and up, it tends to shoot high and right, just a little. Now, once it gets down to less than 2,000, it goes right back to its norm. I'm gonna have to put this on pause. Incoming phone calls are not good when you're